But I was like, you can't do that. And she was like, why? And I was like, because you are getting way too attached to the thought of like somebody being a perfect client and somebody coming in and working with you. And it is actually throwing you off your game so much more than you even realize. Welcome to Did I Stutter with Jill Perrick. And yeah, I probably did because I have a stuttering disability. But I'm also a multiple six-figure business and mindset coach who's here to help you shut down the mindfuckery of imposter syndrome, self-doubt, and playing the nice girl in your content so you and your brand can blow the fuck up and so you can stack the motherfucking cash. I'm holding absolutely nothing back. We're talking marketing, messaging, mindset, subconscious healing, nervous system regulation, and how to do it all even with raging anxiety, ADHD, and just being a fucking human. If fuck is one of your favorite words and nothing can get in between you, your iced coffee, or the work that you're here to do, I'm your girl. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the pod. As you're listening to this, I'm actually in Italy. I'm in Italy. Oh, hell yeah, I am. And if I am to look at the calendar, I'm in Rome. I'm in Rome when you're listening to this. So head over to Your Coach Jill because I will definitely be updating my Instagram stories with our travels. Me and my husband decided to do a big Europe trip, a big trip to a place in Europe, I should say, before we started trying to conceive this year. I'm just telling you guys all the tea, but we really wanted to do a big trip and like a 10-day trip. So that's what we're doing. We're in Italy for the next 10 days and I'm so excited, but the pod must go on. Content must go on. And I'm dropping in to let you know today that this audio that you're going to listen to is an audio from a past program, and it's all about detachment and how to detach from making sales, from calling in people, even though we feel so attached as humans to our business because it feels like our business is us. You know, it's a representation of us. We put our heart and soul and our hard work into it. So how can we not be attached to the sales, right? So we're going to talk about that today. But before I leave you, I am just letting you know that Signature Savage is open. And if you want to make six figures minimum as like recurring revenue in your business for the year from your signature offer, from your one-to-one coaching, from your mastermind, from your group program, from your one-to-many program, whatever the fuck it is, if you want to make six figures minimum from that offer, have it be like the center of your personal brand, have it be the thing that people know you for and come to you for and can like quote the name back to you because you talk about it so fucking much, you need to be inside of Signature Savage because this is a 4-week program, intensive program specifically for you to fall back in love with your signature offer, for you to charge what the offer is worth. We're going to be revamping it. We're going to be reevaluating the messaging, the positioning, all that juicy stuff so you can truly sell it like a psycho and so you can get fully behind it, because the reason why you may have fallen off of it is because of client experiences, or you're not really proud of the space, or whatever the fuck is going on. I know for me, like I had to do a major overhaul, but I never burnt that signature offer down. And now it's made $133,000 in the last 18 months. And I love my signature mastermind, the Real Deal Mastermind. I'm obsessed with it. When people come in, they're already quoting, like, I've seen you sell this so often that I feel like I am familiar with the space and how you lead it and blah, 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 blah. And that's how I want you to feel when it comes to your signature offer. So we're doing it in Signature Savage. Like I said, it's a 4-week program. You can join for a pay in full of $888 or 2 payments of $444. And you can join us at the link in my show notes. And we officially start on Monday, June 8th. I will see you in there. And I hope you love this pod today. You have got to detach from whether one specific person signs or not. I remember I had a client, it was years ago now, and she would actually write people's names down on sticky notes. And when she showed me it, I really didn't want to like throw her off, but I was like, you can't do that. And she was like, why? And I was like, because you are getting way too attached to the thought of like somebody being a perfect client and somebody coming in and working with you. And it is actually throwing you off your game so much more than you even realize. Because I totally get it. You've got someone in your DMs, you've sent the link, you know that they could be a yes, you know that they could sign, and your brain is like, this one matters, this one could make my month, why aren't they responding? But the truth is, for them, it's not the center of their world. For them, they are doing all the things that they're doing behind the scenes, and they are, tending to their kids, or they've got something going on here, they got something going over there, but it feels like the center of yours. And you feel like, why haven't they responded? Or they're really taking their time, or they're taking advantage of me, or blah, 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 blah. But that's not what they're doing. And when you treat one potential client like they are your fucking lifeline, you are giving your power away. And this is so much easier said than done, but you have to do it, because one person, even one person like saying no, or one person just like taking their time responding to you, it is not worth your time and your energy spinning out about them, because then you close the channel to open yourself up to more people that could be in your orbit. I've been there so many times. Years ago, I would sit around refreshing my inbox and the messages that I'd send people and all that stuff, thinking like, why haven't they signed yet? Like, they said that they were going to. And what I realized is like, they're out living their lives. They're not thinking about me and my offer every second. Like, even though I would love that, I would love for them to be obsessed with me and my offer and to buy right away. And sometimes that happens, right? But when I made it about me, or about my business, or how fast someone was moving on it, right? Instead of the fact that like, when somebody is supposed to work with me, they're going to work with me. And whether it takes them 6 months, whether it takes them a year, I've heard that so many times before. I've heard somebody be like, I've been listening to your podcast for a year, or I've been watching your stories for a couple of months, right? And then they sign on to 4-figure and 5-figure packages. But if I was impatient, if I switched shit up, if I changed my offer because I thought nobody is joining this offer within the first 2 weeks of me dropping it, if I let the power drain out of me and gave it away to people on the fucking internet, right, I would not have those clients. Every single time I nudged somebody and like really kept asking, even though somebody was unsure, right? Like, some people would call this like maybe even like handling objections. And I have a lot of thoughts about that, but sometimes you just need to release it and let it go, and they are not your person. If you really have to convince them that they should join, they are not your fucking person. And every time I have, handled objections like I was taught to do in the beginning, I fucking regretted it, right? And they either didn't buy and I felt desperate, or they did buy and they ended up being like a brutal fucking client. Why? Because if you have to drag someone in, you'll have to drag them throughout the entire experience. So the real move is trusting that you've done your part, that you have sold in your stories or in your posts, you've shared your content, you've shown your results, you have shared the link, right? And if somebody is fucking resourceful and if they really want to work with you, they're going to figure out how. And if not, it was not supposed to happen, period. And here's the part that stings a little bit, okay? If you have time to be impatient, I was just coaching a client on this yesterday. If you have time to be impatient, you need to find more things to do. Like, I don't mean hustle yourself into like burning out and adding a million things onto your plate that you don't need to. What I mean is impatience is just idle energy. It's proof that you're just sitting there waiting for things to happen instead of moving, right? Like, there are tons of things you could do. You could sell on your stories. You could make another Instagram carousel or a reel. You could send an email. You could show up and sell. You could coach your clients. You could create this offer or this training inside of your signature offer. You could do a million different things. And if you have time to be impatient, then you have time to move. You have time to take action. When I used to feel that impatience creep in, I didn't indulge it. I didn't sit there spiraling like, oh, this is taking too long, blah, blah, blah. Like, I would just take it as an opportunity for me to be like, I'm not doing enough. And not in a I'm not good enough kind of way. In the way that if I was spending this much time thinking like this isn't happening fast enough, that was just a waste of my time. Instead of choosing to see all of the evidence and everything that was working and then continue to do my part. That is how momentum is built. Not by obsessing over a single person, not by thinking, okay, I did 2 things today and that's going to be the thing, right? But by stacking the actions that eventually compound into huge fucking results. And let me just tell you, my loves, this is another like 15K cash month. I had a 17K cash month last month. This month is going to be around 15, potentially even 16K, potentially even more. The week is still young, you know? And do you know why? It's not because every single person that I've talked to this week or the last couple of weeks said yes. I've actually had a lot of no's. I've actually had a lot of no's, not right now, blah, blah, blah. But that doesn't fucking matter because I already have years, months, weeks built up of me selling, staying the course, doing the things I need to do. And those actions compound to my 5-figure months every single month, right? Like I don't even really know like what the sales look like in particular for this month, but cash, I fuck with cash. And this is going to be another, again, 15K cash month, potentially even more, because I keep stacking the actions. I don't sit around. I keep selling every single day and I keep moving like the sales are inevitable even during times where they didn't feel like it. And because of that, the cash fucking stacks. So the clients who are right for you, they don't need to be babysat in the DMs, right? They don't need to be handheld into your fucking offers. They can feel the certainty in your energy. They see the consistency in your content and they are going to move. And the ones who don't, that's okay. That is not rejection. It is redirection. And actually, it is an opportunity for you to see maybe this person was not the greatest fit at this time. And if they are a really good fit, and even if they don't start working with you right now, they will always come back. Always. So this is what I want you to walk away with today, is to stop giving so much power to your DMs, to one person who you think is going to buy. Because there's actually hundreds of people in your sphere that could potentially purchase and buy. And if you just opened up your channel a little bit more to them, and you actually realized, okay, how would I move if I knew that 10 people were on the edge of working with me? You would actually show up even harder in your stories. You would show up even harder in your posts. Like, observe yourself when you believe that somebody is going to sign on with you. Like, observe your behavior, observe your energy, observe how you show up, because that certainty is how you should be showing up every single fucking day. And when I learned how to sell and show up in that energy, sales exploded, clients came out of fucking nowhere, right? And I've had several seasons of that happening. And of course, business seasons with sales ebb and flow, and that's going to happen. But when you are consistent with that energy, it will change your fucking life. That is how you go from waiting around to stacking consistent cash months. That's how you go from refreshing your inbox to celebrating a 15K cash month after a 17K cash month the month before, and we aren't even at the end of the month. Okay, love you guys. Mwah, mwah.